Hey guys, what's up? It's Sandman PR Vlog. Got my good friend Michael Dotson. We're here in Grundy, and we're going to be talking about the year in review of 2017 in pro wrestling, WWE in particularly. And Michael has compiled for us a very good list of what we're going to discuss, and we're going to start that now with the first item.
Oh yeah, the 205 Live Superstar of the Year.
Okay.
Still a brand that's struggling a little bit.
I agree.
To really
I agree.
get moving. And
I'm surprised it's actually still on. It hasn't been already buried yet, but I guess it must be Triple H's baby.
They are trying to flux in some talent from Raw and SmackDown. Tommy came up recently.
Right.
Enzo came down a couple months ago.
Well, let's talk about the major losses to the brand. Austin Aries and Neville.
Both
two
that just walked out.
Phenomenal athletes, great wrestlers, guys that wrestled men much larger than 205 and handled themselves.
Yeah.
They were the cream of the crop of that brand. They're both gone.
Yeah.
And they've yet to give TJ, whatever his Perkins, another run. He's the only thing they have at that weight.
Seems like the whole time they've had the division, they've always been one guy, but they've never had nobody to go with him.
No one's
Austin Aries.
Neville and Austin had an opportunity to make something. And
but they never even, I don't even think they was there at the same
frustrations with the WWE creative has really hurt 205, and whoever's in charge of that brand this year has a large task in order to make it. I've yet to watch it on the network as a standalone product. I have no interest in watching that as a standalone product.
Yeah.
Because it's woven into Raw, we watch it. Enzo Amore is the current cruiserweight champion, who's anything but a cruiserweight based on his weight and his build and his athleticism. He's not an athlete.
And a phone call.
Just keep filming.
It's covering, you know.
Hit decline. Professionalism. Phone blogger problems. Go on to the next item, Michael.
Only the best, sure. Well, with that being said, my selection for 205 Live Superstar of the Year is Neville.
Oh, we did pick one.
I don't think there's anybody that could compare to him on the roster, even though he's no longer there. Mm-hmm. I think he had the most success of anybody.
Definitely.
In that brand.
No doubt. And it's a sad thing he's not there anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Neville, I agree.
Okay, we'll move on to the NXT brand now. Tag Team of the Year.
Okay,
What's your opinion on that?
Very, very solid year, just like 2016 was. I know you didn't get into NXT until last year.
Yeah.
But very, very solid year. So in the tag team division, the Authors of Pain come to mind, of course. The Revival comes to mind. DIY before they broke up. So many good tag teams. And now moving into this, you have the Era, or like you mentioned, Sanity. So since they are a faction, I'm going to go with Sanity right now.
Okay. My pick on that was the Authors of Pain.
Very, very brutal guys.
Basically solid for the entire year, and that was why I selected them.
Those two guys represent something that's missing from the main roster, and that's monster tags.
Yeah. We've not really had one of them.
It's been a while. We thought
Brothers of Destruction, probably the last big team.
We thought the Ascension could have been that when they debuted from NXT. They had such a successful NXT run, but then when they were moved to the main roster, completely joked.
Kind of like a lot of them had when they came up. Yeah. I think this next one's probably a no-brainer. NXT Female Superstar of the Year.
Well, that's definitely Asuka.
Asuka, all the way.
And then an honorable mention.
Nothing against Ember Moon.
No.
I think that she would be a good honorable mention. I don't know if that's the one you was going to.
Exactly. Ember Moon.
Yeah.
Which is hard to outshine someone like Asuka, who's such a performer, such an in-ring, she's like the Shinsuke Nakamura of the female division.
They're doing a wonderful job with this. I mean, you really have to credit NXT with the fact that the women are doing what they are on the main roster, because
yes, they are.
If it was not for NXT, you would not be able to have this Royal Rumble that we're having.
Very good point, Mike.
And on to the next one. You really have to remember how long a superstar was down on NXT in selecting something like this, because I mean, you can't just say, you know, a certain guy and he was only there January or February or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you really have to think how long he was with that specific brand. So on the male superstar of the year, I selected Bobby Roode because
Mm-hmm.
I believe overall he never came up till August. So you're looking at about 8 months.
Yes.
He was champion almost the entire time.
Yes.
So that was my selection.
He was allowed enough time to cultivate his character
Yeah.
and gain what he is now on the main roster in NXT.
And I really do believe that they are messing up by having him a babyface
Yeah.
on SmackDown. I
Yeah.
believe he would be better served as a heel on the main roster. But who's your pick there?
For male superstar of NXT, I'm going to go with Gargano since the split with DIY.
Yeah. A little bit off, out of the ring on this next one. Announcer of the year. Do you have a favorite?
Corey Graves,
Yeah.
he's really come up a long way. He's proven himself to me. Maybe in 2016, I thought he was just a fill-in kind of guy, but he's really shown me last year that he has the ability to
Oh yeah.
hop from show to show, and
Yeah. That's
he's on
right.
Raw, he's on
doing both.
SmackDown. For a while, he was doing NXT. He does that special programming on the network.
Yeah.
The guy's talented. He's really this generation's
He's,
Michael Cole.
he's not your typical, you know, suit and tie kind of announcer. You know, he's more of today's style.
He's really asserted himself in this role, and I think his job is safe.
And
Unless he does something Jerry Lawler bad.
Oh yeah, yeah. And he seems to be really in tune with, you know, this era and everything.
Oh yeah.
And stuff. Two of them that kind of goes together here. We've got Babyface of the Year and
Mhm.
Heel of the Year.
You know, is this NXT or main roster?
This can be,
The WWE as a whole.
yeah.
Babyface of the year.
Yeah.
Well, I want to hear yours first.
Well, on this one, I'd say Babyface of the Year after going to Pikeville recently and
Oh.
watching the SmackDown
Charles
brand.
and I didn't come for that
Um,
one. I'm saying y'all had a blast.
Man, I tell you, the ovation and the fan reaction that AJ Styles gets when he comes out is unreal. And
A phenomenal one.
and to his credit, and if you ever get to see him live, he is truly fan friendly. He spent probably 30 minutes walking all around the guardrails and everything,
Dang.
going around shaking hands, giving kids autographs. He was just amazing. And I think without a doubt, as far as if you look at Raw, SmackDown, NXT, anything,
Right.
I don't think there's anybody that really gets that kind of reaction. So AJ Styles is my babyface of the year.
And the great thing was he was such a heel in 2016.
Yeah.
And
That
he's been able to
shows
transition.
talent right there to be able
Right.
to transition. like
AJ's got the it factor. He always has. It just took me being a lifelong WWE and WWF fan. I did pay attention to him prior to his signing to
Yeah.
the company. But the 2 years that he has been here, the Royal Rumble marks his 2 years
Yeah.
in the WWE.
Yeah.
The
2
big,
year
big
ever.
signing, when they got him from New Japan, it was a huge deal in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
When he debuted at the Rumble 2 years ago, everybody was just so excited about the possibilities of seeing AJ
Probably one
work.
of the biggest pops for a Rumble entrant that I
Pretty
know.
awesome moment. Still
Oh, yeah.
remember it fresh in our mind.
No doubt. And then on the heel of the year,
Mm-hmm.
I will say that normally I would have probably said the Miz year. I'm a big mark for
A lot
the
of
Miz.
people thought Miz had a massive 2017.
He is wonderful in his character and everything.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's despisable, you know, as a heel.
Right.
But
You
with
love
it-
to hate the guy.
Oh yeah, this guy that I did choose with his feud with Shane McMahon that has been going on for quite a while.
KO.
KO. I mean,
KO is heel of the year.
I don't really know if this man could be a babyface. He is just amazing.
He's a
And
he is heel of the year. I agree with that.
Oh, yeah, no
He
doubt.
edging out the Miz there.
Yeah.
I would love to see Miz and KO work together and
yeah,
maybe switch Miz back to face somehow
yeah,
against KO because he is such
yeah.
a natural.
That would be the only way, probably.
The funny thing is, in reality, KO is such an approachable, down-to-earth dude, family man, and he loves everyone backstage.
Oh,
But
yeah.
on the screen, God, is he a jerk?
Oh yeah, he definitely knows how to
Believable jerk.
play to it. That's for sure. Next one would be best on the mic.
Best on the mic.
I mean, I know there would be several selections there that a lot of you would probably choose.
Definitely not Balor.
No, there's a lot of them that they really don't give mic time to. It's not really that they can't work the mic. It's like they don't have the opportunity to.
I would give that to The Miz.
Well, that was my selection too. I mean, you get The Miz on the mic, man. He's gold. I think you really should go and maybe utilize him in helping some of the younger talent. I mean, look at the way Roman Reigns basically got beat down.
Look how they salvaged Bray Wyatt's little brother and the other guy.
Yeah.
The Miztourage. Like, those
Well,
two
you
guys
think
were in
about it, that's not the
obscurity.
first time. Remember a couple years ago when they put Sandow with him?
Yeah.
And I mean, it completely rejuvenated.
Boy, did
his
the
career.
WWE drop the ball with Sandow.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
would have been so much more.
Oh, yeah. I believe
Maybe
so,
he'll
too.
come back and he'll be given the role he deserved.
On the next one, the OMG moment of the year.
Okay.
For this one, I gotta give a shout out to my brother here, Wes. Me and Wes was watching WrestleMania at my home,
Yeah.
and he literally about choked on whatever he was eating when this certain moment happened. The New Day came out at WrestleMania and
The
turned a
Johnson.
triple threat match into a fatal four-way
Oh.
for the tag titles, and then,
course.
surprising the world, the Hardy Boys came out, and without a doubt, with the reaction I remember from my brother, it would definitely be the OMG moment of the year for me.
I think I'm going to go to when Shinsuke fought John Cena on SmackDown on television.
Oh yeah.
And he botched that move, and the way Cena took that finisher,
Oh yeah.
it went wrong, but you know, he still finished the match, and I think that was an underrated match of last year, but I'm going to go with Shinsuke versus John Cena and the botch finisher.
Okay.
Oh my God moment of the year.
Next up, and this one you've got probably 16 choices for, I believe.
Yeah.
The pay-per-view or the
Ooh.
network special of the year, I guess you
Right.
could say.
Right.
There's several good ones.
Yes. Good
I-
year. Good year to be a WWE fan.
Rumble's always good.
Love the Rumble.
Survivor Series this year was real good. I like
Solid.
the format, 7
Solid.
matches, Raw versus SmackDown.
Very solid.
The TLC, even though they had so much trouble with the illness of a lot of wrestlers and they had to change things around and everything, I thought it was really good. SummerSlam, if you remember the Big Four, who was it?
Fatal Four-Way,
Brock
yeah.
Lesnar, Samoa Joe, Roman
And-
Reigns, and Braun Strowman.
Right.
That was
Excellent
excellent.
match. Yes.
But overall, I mean, right here's a copy of the card. Looking at the card, I just believe that WrestleMania 33 probably overall exceeded them all, which it did have. It did have some matches that was less than stellar. I mean,
Yes.
Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin, I thought that was basically a throwaway match.
Mhm.
And one that disappointed me more than anything, that was more spectacle than it was actual work in the ring, was the Orton-Bray Wyatt match. I thought that was just a little hokey-ish, a lot of the stuff
Lackluster,
that
yeah.
they did.
Bray's not had a good year.
But, I mean, they did have Brock versus Goldberg, which actually turned out to be a pretty decent match.
They've made up for the 21.
A little under 5 minutes, but it did what it needed to do. Reigns versus Taker was excellent.
Yes.
The finally getting the battle between Seth Rollins and Triple H was
Yeah.
good.
Kingslayer.
Just the moment of the whole thing of John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Miz and Maurice.
Yes.
Not that it was an A+ match or match of the year or anything, but it was a spectacle, you know. The Hardys making their big return, and AJ Styles and Shane McMahon. Who can forget that?
Yeah. Excellent
And
match.
actually,
Shane held his own against AJ, and that was amazing.
And actually, the conclusion of the Owens-Jericho feud from the Festival of Friendship after that attack and everything. But overall, I think that was probably the best card of the year.
As usual, as it should be.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. With as much as they put into it, there's no doubt that it should be. What would your selection be?
WrestleMania easily for sure, but there was a lot of great shows last year, pay-per-view wise, and one that stands out to me would be SummerSlam
Yeah.
and Survivor. The Big Four were all very, very solid, and you want that every year.
Oh yeah.
Those are the shows that they cannot afford to goof up, and they had a solid year.
Yeah. on to the next one, the feud of the year. And when I think feud of the year, I think back to when I was in high school and you had Vince versus Shane, big feud. It lasted basically all year and actually more than 1 year.
Slow burn.
It was a slow burn, something you don't see much
No, you
anymore.
don't.
I mean,
on NXT occasionally you see.
Average feud, month and a half, and it's
Yeah, if
over,
you're
and they're
lucky.
moving on to something else. Couple Raws or SmackDown pay-per-view send-off match, and that's it. They're moving on to something else. This feud is actually still ongoing, and it has been for several months now.
KO
So,
and AJ?
no, the Shane McMahon and
Shane and Daniel Bryan?
Kevin Owens,
Oh.
which is possibly going to turn into Shane and Daniel. I've heard rumors of Daniel Bryan possibly coming back.
He
at
is
WrestleMania.
medically cleared by the WWE.
So I don't know if they're going to do something that maybe Owens and Zayn versus Bryan and Shane, or maybe it'll turn into Shane and Bryan, or what.
I think it'll be Shane and Bryan.
Well, my idea was that maybe they'll do the tag match, and maybe
And then that will lean on
And
as
they-
a more slow burn.
and then
We
Shane
can
get
hope.
turned on.
Well, we can hope.
But I just couldn't imagine Daniel Bryan as a heel there.
It'd be hard to.
But it
to
seems
cheer
like
against.
that's the way they're going because he's siding with them. But that was my feud of the year: Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens. On the match of the year, I think I know your opinion on this one. I've heard before. Mine was AJ Styles and John Cena at the Royal
Excellent
Rumble.
match.
This is the one where Cena captured his 16th title.
Major.
Ty Flair, major moment in the history of pro wrestling.
Under the umbrella of WWE, I'm in agreement. That was the very best match.
Yeah, and by the way, I don't know if I told you, but most of these, we could have choose NXT, Raw, SmackDown, any of them. It just so happened that most of mine was on the main roster because probably about 80% of my viewing is from there. I do catch NXT 205, very, very little, but that's mine. What would you say on that? I know you really like the
UK tournament.
The UK,
finale, Tyler Bate and the other guy,
Pete
Dunne.
Pete Dunne.
Yeah, match of the year.
Yeah, I've not had an opportunity.
Wrestling match of the year for sure. In a WWE ring with a WWE ref in a WWE environment, Cena and AJ is definitely.
Oh yeah,
my choice.
I've not had an opportunity to watch it. I'll
You
maybe
would
try to
thoroughly enjoy it. You will be impressed. Watch the whole tournament. It'll lead up to the moment of Dunn and Bate going at it. Watch the entire tournament when you have some free time.
Awesome.
It is winter after all. We're stuck
Oh,
inside.
yeah.
Might as well watch some.
Can't
WWE
get out much
Network.
here, folks. Next one would be newcomer of the year. Let me explain this. This one is the main brand. This would be someone that's came to the main brand, either Raw or SmackDown, at some point in 2017. And you would want to have a little bit of longevity there, so it kind of rules out Asuka, where she came on right at the end of the year.
Right.
So what would you think on that one?
I'm gonna go with a dark horse and with Elias Sampson. He's really, as of late, really impressed me.
I like the slow way they brought him up.
Yeah,
as
he was
the drifter for a while.
Yeah. Very, very subtle in their way of doing this. And
Yeah.
now he's relevant.
Yeah.
And they've done a good job with that. And he had a very bad run in NXT. He was unentertaining. He lost a lot. But his physicality in the ring, his skills on the mic, his ability to control the crowd by dissing the crowd, he's got all the makings to be something very special if the WWE wants to spend more time cultivating what this guy has.
Definitely a
He's
great
impressed
heel
me.
because
Him and Cena impressed me. Did you see that match between him and Cena?
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
going on 19 minutes.
All right.
Okay. Mine was Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe.
Overall, as far
He's
as
made an impact for sure.
the impact that he's
I
made.
think his transition from NXT to the main roster has been great.
Oh yeah.
And his relevance in the company. Good for Joe. Good for Joe.
Tag team of the year.
Ooh. Tag team of the year.
There's a lot of the ones that we think of. The New Day, the Hardys coming back.
Usos had a solid.
Usos. Yeah, Usos had a great year.
Yes, they did.
My pick on that was Sheamus and Cesaro.
Okay.
I
The
love
Bar.
The Bar. Excellent.
I'm going to agree with you. We saw them live when we went together.
Oh, yeah.
In May. Yeah, the bar, I think that's done good for both those guys' careers.
Yeah, when we was in Pikeville, who can forget Cesaro grabbing, what was it,
The
something
balloon.
or something in the ring? Yeah.
Beach ball.
Yeah, it was
Popping
hilarious.
that beach ball.
We're trying to move on here quickly, folks. Female Superstar of the Year, I select Charlotte Flair. What do you think? I believe Alexa Bliss would be a close one, maybe. Sasha Banks had a good year with her and Charlotte's feud. Yeah, Bailey.
I'm gonna go with Asuka.
Asuka.
Or does she have?
Well, no, that's fine.
And, yeah, I'm gonna go with Asuka. I think she's gonna make even big impact this year.
Wow.
I see Charlotte and Asuka being like,
Who do you think will finally get the defeat?
be Asuka's first loss.
Yep.
Possibly Paige.
Wow. Yeah, that is right. Paige is back now. The final one, folks, Male Superstar of the Year. What do you think here?
AJ Styles for me.
Yeah.
You agree?
Without a doubt, the phenomenal one.
He just.
I know if my brother was here, he would definitely say AJ.
He's so
as well.
natural at it too. It's not a forced, down your throat kind of way. AJ is a natural. He's a performer. He's a hell of an athlete. He's a good person outside of the ring. He can be heel. He can be face.
Captured the title.
Yes, so
WWE
many title wins. I mean,
twice this year. Had a phenomenal match, no pun intended, with Brock Lesnar.
yes. Oh, he took Lesnar to the limit. I haven't seen a mid-sized man fight Lesnar that well since RVD did it years ago. Back when Lesnar first won the strap from The Rock. They let RVD.
I thought, man, he was going to get squashed. I told my brother when we was watching that match, I said, there's no way it goes over 5 minutes. I said, Brock will kill him in 5 minutes.
AJ took Lesnar to the limit.
And
That
if
was
I
a
remember
phenomenal
right, I
match.
think it went probably 13 minutes. Man.
That was on my contention for match of the year. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
in my top 10 easily.
Yeah. Wonderful match.
AJ Styles, man, P1.
The phenomenal one. But that's our selections for the awards for 2017.
Thank you, Michael, for again
no
compiling
problem,
and doing the work as far as he's our statistics man, and we love wrestling, and we're gonna do some more videos and possibly another channel dedicated just to wrestling.
Yeah.
And that's to come. So look forward
Hopefully
to that.
we can get a chance to do a little bit more this
Put
year.
your list below in the comments. We'd love to see what you think.
Exactly. Would love to see what everybody thinks.
Thank you for watching.